Okay, welcome to Chapter 6 Quiz Review with yours truly, the man on the mic. I don't know, that got dumb quick. Okay, quiz review. Here we go. In Erikson's theory, early childhood's a period when, this is for Chapter 6, when development involves resolving this initiative versus guilt. Middle childhood is a period when development involves resolving the conflict of industry versus inferiority, and parents play a central role in helping the child resolve these conflicts. Number two, a child's understanding of self changes through childhood. Self-concept refers to domain-specific evaluations of the self. Self-esteem refers to global evaluations, right? So domain-specific means like feeling bad about a specific thing. Like self-concept means we kind of know how we are at, I know how good I am at writing. I know how good I am at like talking to people. I know how good I am at all these different things. But then there's sort of the opinion I have about that we call self-esteem, a self-worth, a self-image. Self-efficacy and self-regulation are linked to a child's competence and achievement. Careful thoughts needed to promote healthy self-esteem. I talked about the complexities of self-esteem. Children understanding of others becomes more adult-like as they develop perspective taking. Gender refers to both social and psychological dimensions and physical dimensions of being male and female. Both psychoanalytic theory and social cognitive theory emphasizes the adoption of parents' gender characteristics. Peers are especially adept at rewarding gender appropriate behavior, meaning like a lot of this is what we think, right? We often tend to think like, oh, people learn about gender from their parents and from media, but so much of it comes from their peers. Now you could say that their peers are being influenced by media, and so some of the media is affecting us directly and indirectly, and I think that there's definitely a point there. Young children's range of emotion expands during early childhood as they increasingly experience more what we could consider self-conscious emotions, pride, shame, guilt. Children benefit from having emotion coaching parents. As children get older, they use a greater variety of coping strategies and more cognitive strategies to regulate their emotions. They also start to show increased emotional understanding. Moral development involves thoughts, feelings, and actions regarding the rules and regulations about what people should do in their interactions with others. Remember, this is just a review of the main points. Piaget proposed cognitive changes in children's moral reasoning that as kids age, they're actually using a different system of logic almost, or a different way of thinking or level of cognitive development to make sense of morals, what's right and wrong. Behavioral and social cognitive theorists argue that there's considerable situation variability in moral behavior, that the situation matters. Kind of obvious. Number 7, perspective taking and social relationships both influence moral reasoning. Number 8, we looked at authoritarian, authoritative, neglectful, and indulgent parenting styles and how they produce different results. Authoritative parenting is the style most often associated with the child's social competence. It's like the most ideal one. I say that here that there's little evidence that physical punishment, except for in extreme situations, things like spanking, it tends to be unadvised, as it can easily cross lines into physical abuse or physical abuse. Other things that are major aspects of child malnutrition, things like neglect and different kinds of intense abuse like sexual abuse and emotional abuse. Number 10, siblings interact with each other in positive and negative ways, and people can help their children navigate those conflicts. A couple more. In general, having both parents employed full-time outside the home has not been shown to have negative effects on kids. I kind of skimmed over this point, but my point that I was making was it was like more the type of job the parent's doing than whether or not they work. It's like if I'm working a job that's making me constantly negative and stressed out, that's going to affect my kids. Parents tend, let me start that again. I said parents tend, I like switched the first letter of the two words. That's weird. Parents spend less time with children during middle and late childhood than in early childhood. New parent-child issues emerge, and as discipline changes or becomes more of a part of it. Control is co-regulatory. That's a tough word, which basically just means like we're trying to work together to help our kids regulate. In scenarios of divorce, if the parents are able to stay harmonious and maintain authoritative parenting, the adjustment effect on children is reduced, or children's adjustment improves. Okay, a few more. Number 14, peers are powerful socialization agents. Peers provide a source of information and comparison about the world outside the family. Number 15, peer statuses, basically being considered popular or more rejected or more controversial or more average. How you're kind of viewed by your peers becomes more important as you move later into childhood. Children who are friends tend to be similar to each other. Children's friendships tend to serve a number of functions. Among the wide studied aspects or types of play, sensory motor, practice play, pretense, symbol play, social play, constructive play, and games. I just went over all those. Two more. 19. Play serves several important functions, right? It helps us build relationship with our peers. It releases tension. It advances our cognitive development. It helps us learn how to explore. It provides a play world to practice in. There's serious concerns about the decline of play in North America. Although media has some benefits, the extensive amount of young children are spending on screen time is troublesome. Watching TV violence and playing video games has been linked with aggression. Let me address that at a different time because it's complicated. Because yes, some kids play Call of Duty and get more aggressive, but millions don't. So it's a complicated to say what's the effect of media on social behavior, although it's clearly there is one. Engaging with media is associated with obesity and takes time away from play. And that's all, folks. Have a great week. And I hope that this approach to doing the presentation worked okay for people. See you next time. Cheers.